Hello. Today I'll give you, it's a folklore, but it's about marriage in Acholi and elsewhere in northern Uganda. And of course, marriage in Uganda and Acholi versus marriage in America. Here in America also they have gay marriage, LGBT. They even go to church and marry. Acholi can marry 5 women. That is, if you have the money. Because the more the children, the better the economy of the home. So basically, Acholi men do more than 2 wives. My uncle has 14 wives currently, all married. 2 are members of parliament. He's called Otema Awan General. Just Google, you'll get it. I'm not lying. These are truth. Actually, people marry more than that. But of course, we Christians, we don't. Because the Bible is very clear on marriage. Let me give you a song. American. That's actually song of missing a woman. Let me go straight to the marriage in Acholi and in Acholi. Marriage is about, in Acholi culture, is between a man and a woman, not a woman and a woman, or a man and a man. Because when you go to a petrol station, Acholi believes you put your fuel in the fuel tank, not in the exhaust pipe. That's by the way. Well, in Acholi marriage, first of all, a man goes and identify a woman. Most often time, when they're playing La Raka is a dance where men use calabash and put things on their head like feathers, and they dance so nicely. And the women dance, they shake their waist so good. I wish you can see. And after, because that's called courtship dance. Now after dancing, the boy identifies the beautiful woman. And he tells his parents home that I've seen a very good woman. Immediately he does that. You look for the woman's home with his friends, because if you go alone in Acholi, the brothers of the girl will beat you properly. Blue and black, cats and rain. Now, when you go to the woman's home, the beautiful lady, with your brothers and friends, like 8, you move together and you go, they'll give you a seat. You sit down. Normally, you sit on the ground, on a mat, no chairs. Then there were chairs for only elders, but everybody sits down. Even now, when you're going to marry an African girl or Acholi girl, you got to sit down. Now, they express their interest on the girl in that house. So when they do that, they go back home. My grandmother told me you're not supposed to eat anything. When you eat or drink water, you'll marry the food you've eaten, because you're not supposed to eat in your mother-in-law's home. Or they wait and find you when you come to pay bride price. Normally it's fun, big fun. So now when they go back after expressing interest in the girl, it normally takes 3 years or 1 year, if it's faster. But nowadays you say WhatsApp, or you go to internet and you get a lady right now. When they come back home, what happens is that the investigation starts. You have to investigate if the woman, because between you there's a go between who lives around there or in the home where the girl comes from. Now the go-between will help a lot in finding out if the girl is hardworking, if she's not coming from a home of wizards or witches, and the clan, because you're not supposed to marry from your clan. Now, after all is done, also the girl does with the boy. She sent emissaries to find out if at all the man is hardworking. They have granaries for keeping things, storage, are a sign of hard work. They want to know, do they have gardens? Do they have granaries? Are they hardworking? Are they witches? If not, they check the boxes. And if all the boxes are green, then the process of marriage begins or escalates, goes further. Now, the boy must be smart. When communication starts between the boy and the girl, normally they meet outside the house, but normally the girl bites she plucks a small grass from the roadside and she doesn't see your eyes normally. She just kind of keep eating the grass or something like that, not to see her face, something to distract her. Now, a sharp boy will elope with a girl and sometimes impregnates her. When a girl is pregnant in Acholi, you can't marry. They say there's blood. You wait until the child is born. That is when the boy has already made some money, and the parents, most often times in Acholi, the parents keeping wealth. Like, for example, if you have sisters, they marry them. Your firstborn is married, but the proceeds, the cows, the dowries will go to you for your marriage. Therefore, what happens when you elope a girl they pay a fine. The parents of the girl will keep looking for the girl. They come to your home because they suspect that this man always come home. He must be the one who took our daughter. So they follow, they come to your house, and you are supposed to pay what we call look. Now, when look is paid, the parents of the girl go, but the following morning, when the girl sleeps at your home, when food is prepared, a girl doesn't eat food until when you open her mouth to talk. Opening mouth means putting something under the plate. Gold, silver, money, anything which is valuable, you put under the plate and the lady picks. When you put in Acholi, we call it yellow, nyago. In Jalo, I don't know how they call yellow, because Acholi are part of the Luo group. We have Badama, we have those ones who went across Uganda, Jaluo, and so on. But there are millions of Acholi in Sudan, South Sudan. Now, they almost do the same thing. When look is paid, you receive a list of nyom. Nyom is marriage or traditional wedding. The list includes maybe paraffin, lighting, candles, whatever. You know, a lot of spears, a lot of small things. And the list is long. And then also cash, like maybe 40,000, 20,000, then or $1 million now, or 5 million, 10 million, depends on the home. Some fathers would expect to have only cows. And then there's a cow part of the dowry. Cows depends on the riches or richness of the man. Most of the times, most women are given 5 cows, 10 cows, 20 cows, etc. Even 5, even 1. Even if they say 5 cows, in Acholi they say, Nyom we will do, Nyom we will do, meaning marriage is a mere dustbin where you keep on piling. It's not basically dustbin, but you keep piling. Even if they say 5 cows, you can take 1 cow or 2 cows, and it says even for 20 years, when the children have grown and you keep on giving slowly. No, most of the times when you sit in the house for giving dowry, before going to the mother-in-law's house, you kneel to enter the house. You don't walk, you kneel, you crawl, you kneel, keep crawling until you enter the house. Even now, you have to kneel down in Acholi marriage. Kneeling is respect to the parents, especially the mother of the lady. 2, paying dowry is not buying. It is fun. It is appreciating the parents of the lady. So basically, marriage is a fun activity. It's a fun fair. It's not basically a watertight situation where you must pay money, you must pay cows. No. They may say 20 cows. You sit down, you negotiate until you come to 5 cows. When it's 5 cows, you may give 1 cow or even money. It depends. So basically it's fun. But again, when all is done, the man and the woman gets into the house. Normally before marriage, the boy has a small hut called Otogo. Otogo is a small hut. Now from Otogo, when you bring a wife, the father gives you some land where you leave the house of the home of your father and dig the land he gives you, and you build your home there. A house and a kitchen, huts, beautiful huts. So basically that's marriage in Acholi. Again, you don't shake the hands of your mother-in-law or you hug her. No. It's a taboo to do that. In the neighboring tribe, those days, when you see your mother-in-law, you have to run. You don't have to meet. It's a sign of respect, too. So basically, the marriage in Acholi is fun, but it builds good relationship. It builds friendship, and it makes children know each other. Now, when you're married and you have children, what happens is that when there's a funeral, you go there so that they introduce you to your relatives. Burial, funerals, parties, etc. You are invited to go. Again, what happens also is that when children grow up, the same thing happens. But there's that bond created between the two families. This is how marriage takes place in Acholi. In the US here, you either go in Uganda, US, the Western system, you go to court and all is done. It's more about money. When things go wrong, you go to court and they divide the property among you. In Acholi, no. When a woman stays like 10 years without producing a kid, because in Acholi culture, marriage is for procreation. Like in the Bible, we have to fill the world. If we are not making children, how can we fill the world? Now, in Acholi case, most often times, when you stay for long without producing a kid, 5 years, 1 year, 2 years, elders will sit and you tell your wife, what should we do? In case there are traditional medicine men around or women, they call them, and they pound their medicine and you take, you may become good and start producing. Like my grandmother, she passed on, may she rest in peace. She was taught by the grandmother, by the mother, on how to heal those who cannot produce. She goes to the forest, gets a root, pounds and give you, the next day you're fine. But unfortunately, nowadays, anything Africa is evil. I don't know. But basically, that is how things are. But if things fail, you are allowed to get a second wife. You negotiate with your wife to bring another wife. That's how polygamy comes in. Thank you for listening.